Mother, I know how your son will walk again. The barefoot girl Lily whispers, looking into Emily Rogers's eyes. Her soft voice cuts through the bustling street market, and for a moment, everything stills. Emily, a single mother living on Chicago's outskirts, freezes, her hands clenched around the handles of the wheelchair holding her 8-year-old son, Alex. 2 years ago, Emily's life shattered. A car crash claimed her husband's life and stole Alex's ability to walk. Since then, every sunrise meant another day of hope and despair. Before dawn, Emily prepared clean dressings and bandages. She joined the long coffee line at the hospital's radiology wing. Then she would wheel Alex to his physical therapy appointments, where he struggled to lift a small weight. By midday, they returned home for a light lunch, only to head back out for more treatments, therapeutic exercises, massage, electrical stimulation. The bills piled up faster than coins slipping through a hole in a pocket. When the doctors finally gave up, "We've done all we can," Emily felt her heart constrict. Body and soul ceased to be a team. One part rocked against harsh reality, while the other folded under the weight of impossible expectations. Even the smallest victories, a millimeter of movement barely visible, seemed forever out of reach. Today, as every Tuesday, they came to the market for fresh berries and vegetables. Here you could find homemade pastries, cheap toys, warm smiles. The stalls were lined with shiny peaches and bright tomatoes, and someone was roasting corn over glowing coals. The scent of spices mingled with the sharp tang of fresh coffee. Each stall was a little world, and theirs was split by the two wheels of a wheelchair. Among the colorful tents and chattering vendors, Lily stood out. A skinny 7-year-old girl, barefoot with tangled hair and dirt-caked palms, extending her hands to passers-by. Hers wasn't just a plea for pennies. It was a silent prayer, not just for bread, but for hope. Most people hurried past, avoiding her gaze. Emily stopped. She drew $1 from her pocket and offered it to Lily. "Thank you, ma'am," Lily whispered, her face lighting up in a genuine smile. Emily nearly turned away, but Lily, voice trembling, whispered, "Please follow me, she's waiting." Everyone else was lost in their own errands. Alex, usually so quiet, spoke softly. "Mom, let's try." Emily's heart leapt. The risk was huge, but in her son's eyes burned a flicker of hope. She nodded, secured Alex in his wheelchair, and followed Lily through the maze of stalls. The path wound between abandoned garages and rusted fences. Tangled power lines hung low, like spider webs in slow motion. With each step, the market noise faded, replaced by echoing hollows and the creak of old gates. Alex watched anxiously as his chair's wheels scraped over cracked pavement. Lily marched ahead as if the crooked back streets were her home turf. At last, tucked among overgrown weeds and broken shacks, they found a tiny wooden cabin. The boards leaned at odd angles, streaked with moss. Above the warped door hung a fading sign, "Rose's Remedies." A dim light glowed from within. The door groaned as it opened, revealing an elderly woman with a kind, weathered face. Her hair, threaded with silvery bark, was braided down her back. In her bright green eyes danced a knowing kindness. "I've been waiting for you," she said softly. "Come in." Inside, the cabin was warm and fragrant. Bundles of dried lavender, lemon balm, and mint hung from rafters. Shelves held glass jars of tinctures, amber, rose pink, deep emerald, alongside woven baskets of roots and dried petals. In the hearth's glow stood a carved wooden table, laid with linen cloth, and a simple rug lay by the fire. Rose guided Emily to a small stool and gently helped Alex from his wheelchair. The boy braced himself on his mother's knees, trembling, but did not fall. "Close your eyes and focus on your breathing," Rose instructed. "Do not think of pain. Remember when you last felt whole." Emily closed her eyes, recalling the day after the accident. Alex's small hand clutched hers as they stood in their yard, watching autumn leaves dance. She swallowed a sob, resolved not to break her son's fragile courage. Rose placed her warm hands upon Alex's knees and began a soft lullaby, ancient words that drifted through the cabin like a summer breeze. The melody swelled and softened, weaving through the shadows. Alex felt a gentle tingling in his feet. He opened his eyes and whispered, "I feel warmth." "That is life returning to your muscles," Rose replied. "Allow it to flow through every cell." The room's silence weighed heavy and holy. Emily's heart pounded with a hope she hadn't dared feel in years. Lily watched from the corner, her small smile radiant. "Are you ready to take the first step?" Rose asked softly. Alex inhaled, setting his jaw. "I'm ready." Rose rose, moved the wheelchair aside, and extended her hand. "Stand." Alex braced himself, legs shaking like saplings in a storm. Then, with Rose's steady support, he rose. His first step was hesitant, his second more certain, and by the third he was walking under his own power. Emily fell to her knees, tears streaming. "You did it," she sobbed, hugging him tight. Lily stepped forward, whispering, "See? Kindness returns tenfold." Emily looked at the girl, voice choked. "Thank you, Lily. You're our angel." Lily nodded once, then slipped away into the dusk. 2 weeks later, Alex stood before his classmates. No wheelchair in sight. The students and teachers rose in applause as he walked to the front of the room. Emily watched, pride and tears mingling in her eyes. In the crowd's edge, she saw Lily beneath a grand oak, her silhouette small against the light. After the assembly, Emily approached her. "You saved us," she said softly. "If you ever need anything." Lily shook her head. "I need only your belief." And just like that, she vanished. Life changed for Emily and Alex. No longer consumed by therapy schedules, they rose early to share breakfast and stroll quiet neighborhood streets. Alex walked by her side, marveling. "Mom, I can feel every muscle." One morning, Emily called her old friend John, a pediatrician, voice trembling. "John, you have to hear this. It was real." He listened, then said, "Emily, it's incredible, but perhaps some things defy explanation." Emily started a blog, Hope Stories, sharing the tale of Lily and Rose, omitting their exact whereabouts for their safety. Parents of children with special needs flocked to read her posts, leaving messages. "She gave us hope. Thank you for sharing this." Emily replied simply, "Believe. Miracles happen." Meanwhile, Lily became a local legend. Strangers reported seeing her feeding stray cats, comforting strangers at bus stops, her kindness echoing without fanfare. Rumors spread that she, too, had once faced her own pain and used that strength to heal others. One evening, Emily returned to Rose's cabin, but the door was locked. On the threshold lay a note. "Thank you for your faith. I move on to help those who seek me. With love, Rose." Beneath the note was a drawing, a cradle and 3 stars, hope, courage, love. Emily tucked it beside her wedding photo and smiled. Passing the playground, she saw Alex playing soccer, Lily cheering him from the sidelines. He called out, "Mom, look, I can run." "I see, my hero," she whispered. The world felt brighter, kindled by simple belief. Scientists might call it coincidence, but Emily knew. When Alex took his first step, when Lily reached out her hand, and when Rose sang in the candlelight, that was true magic. If you believe in the power of endless kindness, please like this video and subscribe for more stories of hope. Share in the comments your own small miracle. Until next time.